All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Racha, Quadash. This is Romans 8 and 38. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come. And I'm gonna get the next one. Nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh, which is in Hamashiach Yahushai, our Lord. Right? So that's how you gotta feel. Because whether you just began to believe or you've been believing, you are fighting against more than just your flesh. What I mean is, you think things you wouldn't normally think. You definitely gotta control. Check your tongue, because James said, the tongue is let me see if I can find it. The tongue has power to bless and power to curse. So you definitely have to check that, because sometimes you're not in control of what you're saying. I mean, most of the times you think you are. Let's see if it's James 3. Because remember that one Israelite that came back from battle, and he made a vow that he would kill the first person to walk out of his house. Alright, this is James 3 and 5. Even so the tongue is a little member, and boasteth great things. Behold how great a matter a little fire kindleth. Man, you can start some big trouble, man. Some big trouble. You better watch what you say. What you do is worse. You can say things that jeopardize your job, jeopardize your position in the truth. Also, you can jeopardize your position in the truth. There is, man, it's people get fired all the time, like spiritually fired, like you're to get your shit and get out of here, Johnson. You know, man. And I work at a company that is not too harsh on their discipline, but you have to make a big mistake, right? You got to be pretty damn dumb. Say I gotta walk in there drunk, which I'm not gonna do. Shit, this whole time I've been, the whole time I've been in the truth since I came in, studied and watched the videos, studying and studying, and then I started going out. But it took me a long time. Not because I didn't feel like I was ready, or I didn't have anything to say. Those were the principalities and powers that I was dealing with. And finally, I just like, man, it's time, because I seen all the prophecies coming true. And I was like sitting in my garage, watching a video on my table near my whiteboard, and I just packed up my bags and went to the park for the first time. And then after that, I started going out more, building up, right? Because in wrestling, you don't just start wrestling against guys that know how to counter doubles and singles and fireman's carries. You gotta learn your basic fireman carry, right? You gotta learn your scriptures, your milk, and then you have to do your exercises to strengthen your neck. Because if you don't have a strong neck, you're gonna stay on the bottom. You know, I'm talking about jujitsu, and you're gonna get overpowered. You gotta have a strong neck. Like, you have to have a strong neck in this truth. You gotta be able to bridge when there's you have to roll a demon over, because you're wrestling. This is Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And that's exactly how it sounds. Let's get the word principalities. And this is on being principality. Now, principality is plural now. A state ruled by a prince, and demons are a prince. Prince is power, right? Synonyms: realm, domain, dominion, country, land, nation, state, etc. And each one has rule over the next. Right? The principalities are the elite, right? Because those are the princes of on the left-hand side. Because they have control over this world. Now we're going to get powers. And focus on number 2. The ability to do something or act in a particular way, especially as a faculty or quality. Let's see. Number 2, the capacity or ability to direct or influence the behavior of others or the course of events. And that goes with principality, right? Alright, let's see. Let's go back over to this one. So one of those powers and principalities is the government. And they give you powers through their agenda, like women's right. Right now in the office I work with, I'm laughing because they're all women, right? So I'm pretty much laughing all day. I mean, come on. It's funny because how by Shimmy I put me there. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to work there because the work itself is not hard. It's the principalities and powers that I'm wrestling against when I'm working there. And then I know, and these demons, but the demons too also I want to speak about. Okay, it's the spiritual demons that are guiding these principalities, giving them powers, right? Man, adultery is a diligent demon, man. Ooh, man, that motherfucker is good, man. Damn. It's not funny, but fuck, dude. He's fucking good. I mean, shit. I mean, he's doing his job, right? Satan is doing his job. Can't hate him for that. He's doing his work of the Lord. Alright. And these are all the scriptures that have the word powers in them. You know, you can scroll up and down and you see that it's all throughout the scripture, mostly in the New Testament. Alright. This is Romans 13:1, and this one, man, this one's right on the money. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. Okay, every soul that believes in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yahweh. The powers that be are ordained by Yahweh. So all those demons, lust, vanity. Oh, vanity's good, man. Vanity's good. Cause I have to wear slacks now, right? And they got me looking a certain way. And these clothes are not like manly clothes, and they're meant to show off features of the male bodies. And sometimes I'm looking at my shoes and I'm like, man, these shoes are tight. I need to buff them up or something. And then you get caught up in, next thing you know, you're like, damn, man, I died my youngest time. You already fucking, man. Hey, the devil's subtle. But, you know, there has to be a ground player, an avatar on earth for the powers in heavens and in the spiritual realm to do, like it says right here in Romans 13:1, to do the work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Man, that's a good one. I mean, you got to be ignorant to deny that there is, and you have to do what your bosses tell you too at work. So you're subject to all kinds of powers and principalities in different levels. You're subject to your work. You're subject to your home. You're subject to wherever binds you. Man, like that's why it's hard for a rich man uh, to like how Shay said, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. That's that those tunnels in the mountain of Israel. Just somewhere. I need to do some more research on that. But it's hard, right? It's hard for a rich man to come in because the rich man's already all up in himself, in his mind. He's all about himself, and that's vanity. Like, to be caught up in your own world, man. And you can be broken, bummed out, caught up in your own world, caught up in those principalities. These demons are powerful, man. You gotta respect your enemy. And if you don't know that you're being attacked, maybe you should start fighting. Take some martial art lessons, start fighting. Take some boxing, start fighting. Know when you're being attacked. This truth ain't for punks. You got to know when you're being attacked. You have to know when the fight starts. This is Titus 3:1. Put them in mind to be subject to principalities and powers, to obey magistrates, to be ready to every good work. Man, and that's how I am at the office, man. Just busting my ass. Just working. And if I stop to humor one of these demons, that's my ass. Sure, they might entertain me for a while. And I shouldn't even be laughing when they're fucking around with me, but man, it's because I noticed that. And I know when I'm being attacked. I've been in plenty of little fights and scrimmages to know when the fight starts, when I'm being attacked. And I realize it too late sometimes, but I catch myself.